very, very, very quiet. Do not wake the brain rots, or these ginormous brain rots will end up getting you. Alright, so every time there's an admin abuse that happens within the game, I know everybody is in a public server, and if you're lucky enough, you might be in a private server. But for those that might be in a public server competing to get the very best things to go ahead and save up, it's rather difficult, especially when you're trying to get things. Mostly because you're competing with people who are able to go invisible and really fast. Two, they're able to shoot you down very quickly with the little laser gun, or just in general, move a lot more faster and a little bit more smarter than you are able to. Today we are going to be going over a couple of things that I've learned during the past few days playing this game. Of course, if you're brand new to my channel, hi, I do a lot of things, and I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. And make sure you like the video as it does to help me come out with more content like this for you guys. And let's go ahead and get started. So hear me out. You might get a lot of hate for this based on how quickly you're able to go ahead and get these brain rots. I know me and my friend Eli have been getting into a little bit of a squabble here and there with a couple of players because we were able to steal brain rots without having to really do too much work. This is one method. Number one, when you have a brain rot spawn in, regardless of which one that you want to go ahead, and if you see a ton of people focusing on that one, you want to go ahead and let them drag it over to as close as possible to the line. Probably wondering why. We'll take this tongue here for example. We'll bring them to the line. So when you are able to let them bring it, say around here, 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 you're able to go ahead and kind of watch that player drag this little brain rot, regardless of which one it is. They're going to end up dropping it. Once it reaches this line right here, this is technically up for grabs for anybody to grab, and your main thing is to make sure that other player does not go near it. And because it's so close to the line already, you could just go ahead and pick it up without having to really drag it over anymore. So they're doing the work for you technically. This, again, might get you a lot of hate depending on what server you're in and who you're interacting with. You might have a couple of people hitting you and I mean really spawn camping hitting you. But this is a method that we do here once in a great while. It's even better when you pair it up with the invisible cape because technically nobody can see where you're going, and this will last the entire time until you equip something else, or if you choose to go ahead and pick something up. The only downside is you do need to have a somewhat of a clear inventory to go ahead and not really worry about things. So, of course, you're gonna have to use an alt account, transfer things to a friend, whatever you guys choose to do. I really think we do need a higher inventory capacity because this is insane. And if you want to go ahead and get the cape, I know it's going to be really expensive. It's 1 billion, but it is worth absolutely everything because no one will be able to see anything that you're doing on the map, regardless of where you're going, where you're pretty much hiding and spawn camping pretty much. But let's say there's another way that you guys can go ahead and take advantage of when it comes to taking things. What if you don't have a cape, or what if you don't have a little laser? That's fine because this next method is something else that we also do as well. Now, this is pretty much to grab, drop, grab as you go. Now, I know this is a little strange because you're pretty much going to be like timing things, but you're essentially going to be grabbing it to drop it. And the more that you do it, it has a higher chance of actually being flung a little bit. And that's what we really want. We want this to be flung. This method is a little bit more difficult, especially if you do not have the capability of getting the cape, mostly because the brain rots will aggro right on you. And two, if you're competing with other people in the server, then it's going to be extremely difficult to go ahead and try to get this. Of course, we are grabbing a common, so I'm able to move a little bit more faster with this, as I would not be able to if I had like a legendary or a mythic or a secret. So here's something right here that is actually very good, and we're going to try to get this. So my main mission is to not be seen, and I do want the brain rots to go to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for them to actually go back to bed. We're going to go ahead and pick up, drop, pick up, drop, use the cape. If you don't have the cape, then you're going to have to take the hit. We're going to wait for them to go back to sleep. And when you are doing this, make sure you're actually aimed at your camera facing the opposite way. So make sure you're actually like this because this is where it actually gets tossed a little bit further. I think we were really lucky to actually get something like this here. So we're going to go ahead and try to grab, drop, hide, hide, hide. We'll try to do the camera like this so it's a little bit more easier for me to see. All right, I got hit. That's fine. Okay, grab, drop, grab. That's fine. And this is a really good opportunity too if you have the ability to get the freeze ray. What this does is it allows you to freeze these guys for like a moment. And I mean briefly for one moment. Okay, they literally fell asleep right on top of it, which I don't want. All right, we're almost there. Drop. That's fine. Pick up. Now, you see how close that is to the line? This kind of goes back to the very beginning where we just go right here. Pick it up. There you go. It's that easy. Now, when you're putting people into a server, this makes it a little bit more difficult. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and pick this up. We're going to chill here for a second, and we're going to transfer this to a public server. Now, it's going to be rather difficult because I usually work in pairs, but let's go ahead and try this out. Okay, so here we are in a server already. Somebody just got hit by one of the brain rots. They brought this right over here, and because I don't technically need this anymore, I could just go ahead and give it to them. But they're over here hitting me! See, this is what I mean though. Like, they'll get really, really mad and they'll just start spawn hitting you. All right, well, I technically don't need this. I was gonna give it to them. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and turn invisible. We're gonna go ahead and watch. This is so unfortunate too that I have to do this as an example, but you guys are gonna have to watch, you know, you guys are gonna have to watch this. Uh-oh, okay, they wanna make sure nobody's stealing their stuff. Also, you might see a group of people here too, kind of waiting and stuff. That's mainly the main reason why. All right, so now we got them hitting. All right, we got it. So that's pretty much all you gotta do. They must be so mad. I can't. They must be so mad. Oh my gosh. But that is literally the first method that you can go ahead and do, is that just pretty much hit them and then just grab it if you're fast enough. All right, you got this watermelon-y thingy, and there you go. Oh, that person actually got it from me, so good on them. I technically don't need it. But this is the #1 method that people actually do end up doing, is they turn invisible and they kind of just spawn camp the person that they're waiting for. So here's a nice one right here, this galaxy thingy. I personally do not need this, but we'll take it anyways. All right, so we got it. We just got it timed perfectly. The brain rots ended up hitting them before, you know, obviously they were able to hit me, so that's a W. That was a little too far away for the line for my liking, but it looks like the brain rots worked more in my favor, if anything. Now, the big advice that I can go ahead and give anybody here, and really the biggest advice I can give you, is if you're doing these methods of pretty much stealing somebody's grab, do not immediately put it down, okay? Do not immediately put it down on your base. I know it might be extremely tempting to bring a win over to your base, but don't underestimate the people who might have Robux to immediately take it away from you and some more of your stuff. It's easy, for one, to take things from people right across this line, but to place it on your base immediately is the biggest rookie mistake you could ever make in your entire life, and it could cost you your entire base if you're not careful. Sure, you might sustain a couple of hits here and there, but definitely do not place it down immediately. It's not worth it. Really, in all honesty, this is everything that you guys need to do in order to not really miss too many things. This is not a 100% guaranteed method to always get really good things all the time, but it's enough for you guys to go ahead and get started. Of course, this makes it a little bit more difficult if you do not have the invisibility cape, because mostly you have to time everything if you're by yourself, kind of here waiting. Give what back? No, get out of here. I don't even know what happened. No. Bro, why you hit me? I'm gonna do it. I did it. But yeah, this is what I mean. Do not underestimate people with Robux. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Absolutely don't do it. As soon as you actually get something really good, just don't place it inside of your base, okay? Just don't place it in your base. I know people have a huge habit of actually just putting things down, and it is not worth it. Just don't do it. They hit me, I take their things. Simple. It's an easy transaction, guys. This is a simple, easy transaction. Just don't do that. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Of course, these videos, I can only carry so much. So please, if anybody has the ability to make more inventory space, this would be so good. I don't care if it's a game pass or something, or we have to rebirth in order to get more inventory space, but we can only have so many things before it just ends up being too full pretty much from nothing. I don't have anything. I barely have anything and my inventory is already really full. So I think we should have more inventory space, to be fair, especially after all of these admin abuses. We don't have enough space to pretty much have enough things. If there is a way for me to get more inventory space, please let me know down in the comments, and let me know what you guys gotten so far that's really good in the game. And until then, like always, make sure you guys do like the video, as it does help me come up with more content like this for you guys. And if you're brand new, hi, I do a lot of things, and you should totally subscribe. If we don't have enough inventory space, guys, I'm gonna have to actually give some of these things away because, again, I don't have any use for anything that's really crazy in this game, so I play it for the memes. The memes are worth it. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Okay, bye! Give what back? No, get out of here!